Hello, Wilson community. I'd like to take a few minutes today to provide an update regarding some of our district goals as we head into the final home stretch of the school year. Before doing so, I'd like to recenter everyone back on our vision, the vision that we created roughly a year ago and has guided most of our decision-making processes throughout the school year. The Wilson School District strives to create a place where students love to learn, employees love to work, and people love to live. This idea, this belief, again, has guided the work that we've done in our goal development throughout the school year, as well as the decision points that we've come across through the different challenges and successes that we've had. Specifically today, I'd like to provide an update regarding our fourth goal statement, which reads, create a safe and secure environment for students, staff, and the community. Arguably the most important goal of any school district, this one has come under some challenges this year as the Commonwealth and across the entire nation has been experiencing a tremendous amount of challenges regarding safety in our school communities. The full comprehensive mid-year goal report that we provided to our community and our board is located on the district website. But again, for today, I'm going to just kind of hone in on this idea of safety and security, as I know that it's a topic that's on most people's minds as we move in throughout the spring months. So I'd like to provide a little bit of an update on some of the work that we've done as a team, things that we've been able to accomplish thus far. So first, one of our goals was to increase the police and security presence at all of our campuses. And I'm very happy to report that as of just a few short weeks ago, we added our third school resource officer to support our kids and our staff members across the organization. We started the school year with one, but thankfully partnering with our local municipalities, we were able to increase the presence there to a total of three. Three experienced police officers who care for our kids and our staff that work day in and day out in our school facility. We've also increased our security presence, adding nighttime security to our campuses, making sure that we're aware of different needs that exist throughout the different school buildings that we maintain. The second area that we've been focused on is door security, making sure that our doors are secured, monitored, locked, and functioning correctly. So we've put a lot of processes in place to make sure that doors are being checked routinely, make sure that work orders are being repaired in a timely manner, and also looking at the technology that we utilize to ensure that we're monitoring these doors at all times throughout our school system. The final part of this slide talks about the cameras that we have on our school campuses. We have internal cameras, we have external cameras, we have the ability to view those cameras from within our site, but we're looking at the quality of those cameras, looking to see if they need to be updated. We've conducted a full audit and we've recommended a variety of different upgrades across the system. We're also looking to install additional cameras throughout our school system to make sure that we can monitor in real time what's going on in and outside of our schools. An additional way that we're working to ensure the safety and well-being of our students is to make sure that they feel connected to our school system. We've created, implemented, and evaluated a district-wide culture survey that was shared with all of our stakeholders, our parents, our community members, our teachers, our staff, and our students. And we're beginning to implement some of the gaps and the concerns that we found, different strategies to help us close those concerns. We also have developed parent training and support for youth mental health. We've run a series of evening events. All of this information, the archive videos, is also available on our website, as well as a ton of other resources for families, regardless of the need or concerns that they have. The last bullet point on here speaks to this idea of building and strengthening the connection with a trusted adult. We believe that every child in our school system should have at least one adult that they can go to, that they can confide in, that they trust to talk through challenging issues and just to process through the day or the week. The way we're trying to expand on this and ensure that this happens for every child is by creating programs that connect them to our school, extracurriculars, co-curriculars, clubs, offerings for kids outside of and during the school day to ensure that there's some meaningful connection outside of their academic programs. The last slide we have here specifically on safety and security speaks to some areas that we need to grow. So we all know that unfortunately we were part of a crisis response after our swatting incident that we had back in February. While this was a very scary day for everyone involved, including our community, we took that opportunity or that crisis and really turned it into an opportunity to grow. We sat down with multiple different stakeholders, listened to our parents, listened to the students, listened to the staff, and really have been able to develop key areas that we need to grow upon. One of those is this idea of training, making sure that the training that we have in place is relevant to our current situations, making sure that we're going back to those training requirements, and making sure that the kids, the staff, and everyone associated with our team is aware of them. So we have a lot of important work scheduled for this summer, partnering with a lot of community members and first responders, again, to ensure that we're doing everything that we can to ensure and maximize the safety for everyone in our school system. We also want to take this opportunity as we again enter into the final stretch of the school year to talk about some concerns that we have and some things that we're seeing within our school system. Specifically, this message is more for our upper elementary and our secondary students and their parents. And we're asking for you to partner with us. We're asking for you to process the things that I say and think about how as a community we can come together to make sure that our students are making good decisions. So the first one has to do with social media, and this is no surprise. Again, as a parent of 3 teenagers of my own, social media is a presence in their lives. Students, most of our students have social media accounts. Most of them are on these websites and these applications frequently throughout the school day. We have learned through research and best practices in our school that it's always better to be aware of what those websites and apps are. Be aware of how they're using them. Be aware of who they're communicating with is another major piece, who they're interacting with, and engaging in opening that line of dialogue with students will always be helpful. Sometimes those conversations are hard. We try to have them in our schools when we can and when it's appropriate, but we're asking you to help also encourage that same message. Sometimes the things that we're seeing outside of school on social media carry over into the school day and ultimately end up creating disruptions and a distraction from learning. The last piece I think that's really important when you look at social media is this idea of a digital footprint. The idea that everything you post on social media is permanent. It never goes away. And for a young person as young as 12 or 13, that idea of permanence is hard to process. We have been in many situations here where we have brought, unfortunately, police into our school system, detectives, and I can vouch for that statement. Nothing is ever deleted. Reminding students that that's the case, I think would help them and inform them to make better decisions moving forward. The second piece here is this idea of caring for your school. Students, this is your school. We are here to help you, to support you, to be the best that you can be, but we want you to think about Wilson High School or our middle schools or elementary schools as your school, your personal property. And we're asking for you to help care for your school, to take care of it, to clean up after it, to make sure that you're doing things that would be expected when you're in your home. So we're challenging you today that if you see a piece of trash, if you see something that needs to be cleaned up, we're challenging you to do that, to be an active member of our community that cares for your school. That also goes into this idea of doors and helping us as part of our team to make sure that we're secure. If you see a door that's open, report it, close it, communicate with your counselor, your teacher, your principal, your parent. Let them know so you can be part of the solution and not part of the problem. And then obviously if there's anything that you see that is out of the ordinary, even on the weekend, shoot us a quick email, let us know. If you have a concern, say something. Because if we know about it, if we're informed, we can try to do our part to make sure that we're making things better. The last slide we have is focusing on student mental health. We encourage our families, as we know that this is a national crisis, the needs for students that are experiencing struggles, depression, anxiety is at the highest level it's been in decades. We're encouraging our community to access the resources that exist throughout Berks County. And also, we have some resources here for you to use, specifically on parentguidance.org, which will link you into different services that may help your family through the difficult time you're experiencing. Also, a reminder that we have a full team of counselors and social workers in all of our schools that are here to support you and your child at any time. So as we reflect on the message today, the focus on our vision and the need to make sure that we're prioritizing school safety and well-being of our students, I encourage us to continue to think of this as a partnership and to reflect on the fact that our community is only as strong as the school and that the school is only as strong as the community. If we do this together, if we continue to work together as a family, I am certain that we will be able to end the year strong. Thank you so much, and go Bulldogs.